AITA for blowing up my sister's wedding with a DNA test. The wedding that went off like a bomb, literally metaphorically. Okay, so I already know I sound like the villain in a Netflix drama, but just bear with me. Also, throwaway because my cousin is on Reddit and I don't need her reading this at Sunday dinner. Hi Amanda, if you find it anyway. Mind your business. Let me set the scene. It's my sister's wedding. Huge event. Backyard vineyard, champagne tower, flower arches that cost more than my car. Live harpist. No joke, there were doves. Real live doves. My sister Caroline, 30 to F, has always been a little dramatic. We're not close. I'm to 9F, the weirdo artsy one, the black sheep, whatever. But we've always been fine. Polite Christmas texts. I show up to her events. She doesn't come to mine. Standard sister stuff. Now, the wedding has been the event of the year for my mom 61F, who's basically been planning it since Caroline hit puberty. Mom's the kind of woman who keeps an emergency string of pearls in her glove box, just in case there's a sudden fancy brunch. You get the vibe. The rest of the cast, my fiancé David 30M, who is a saint and has been begging me to go no contact with my family for years. More on that later. My cousin Amanda 3 for F, who knows everything about everyone. And my grandma 85F, who may or may not be part cryptid and lives solely on black coffee and spite. Anyway, the drama starts the day before the wedding when grandma drops a casual bomb while we're all getting our nails done. You know, it's funny, Caroline looks exactly like your mom's old college boyfriend. Cue record scratch. Apparently, back in the 80s, my mom was engaged to some dude named Rick. Family story was he cheated on her, left her heartbroken, end of saga. But Caroline, blonde, blue-eyed, cheekbones that could slice a baguette. Just like Rick, according to grandma. I meanwhile look like a carbon copy of our dad. Caroline does not. Never has. So later that night, after 3 glasses of rehearsal dinner wine and some unhinged Googling, I found Rick on Facebook. Still hot, annoyingly. Divorced, 2 kids. And living 30 minutes away. My inner chaos goblin took over. I messaged him. Just a quick, hey, weird question. Were you and mom's name ever in contact around 1990? He replied in 10 minutes. Yeah, actually. We hooked up a couple times after we broke up. Why, y'all. I asked him if he'd ever wondered if Caroline might be his. He said, and I quote, I did the math once. Thought about reaching out. Your mom told me never to contact her again. So naturally, like any sane person, I bought to 23 kits that night and offered Caroline a fun wedding gift in the morning. She laughed and said sure. I didn't expect her to actually do it, but she spat in the tube and went back to being Britazilla. I mailed it in. That was 6 weeks ago. The results came back 3 days before the wedding. I wasn't going to look, I swear. But the email notification popped up while I was waiting for Starbucks and I opened it. Caroline and I, half-sisters, half-our dad. Not her dad. I stared at the screen for a solid 10 minutes before David looked over and said, You look like you found out your sister is your cousin. Worse, I said. I told him everything. He told me not to say anything until after the wedding. But then, Caroline gave this speech at the rehearsal dinner about how our dad was her guiding light and taught her what real love looks like, and I snapped. Like an absolute maniac, I stood up. I said, that's beautiful, but maybe don't give him too much credit since he's not your actual dad. You could hear a gnat fart. Chaos screaming. Mom fainted. Grandma laughed so hard she cried. Caroline threw her champagne at me. I dodged it like a ninja. David grabbed my hand and said, we should leave now. We did. I've gotten 47 texts from Amanda, ranging from what the actual F, to send me the results right now. Caroline has blocked me. My mom told me I've ruined her life. Dad hasn't said a word, Ada. Because I know the timing was bad. But would there ever have been a good time? Should I have just lied through her wedding knowing the whole thing was a fairy tale? I don't know. Reddit, tell me. Was I the asshole? And yes, there's more. Buckle up. The fallout, or my entire family thinks I'm Satan in Doc Martens. So I didn't expect the first post to blow up like that. Caroline's wedding didn't even trend on Facebook, but this did. Love that for me. Also, Amanda found the post. She texted me, you're insane but I'm obsessed. Typical. Anyway, here's what's happened since I nuked my sister's wedding. We did not go to the actual ceremony the next day. David and I stayed in the hotel, ate overpriced room service pancakes, and watched Love is Blind while waiting for someone to either sue us or send a hitman. Around noon, Amanda called me whisper screaming from inside the bridal suite. Apparently, Caroline had a full meltdown and refused to come out of the bathroom for 3 hours. The ceremony started 2 hours late, minus flower girls, my nieces, because my brother's wife took them home after the rehearsal dinner mess. I heard my mom had to walk Caroline down the aisle because our dad was sick. Amanda says he just sat in the back row with the emotional presence of a houseplant. Poor guy looked like someone had unplugged his soul. No one made eye contact with each other. Amanda says even the officiant seemed like he was trying to speedrun the vows. And then, during the reception, Caroline gave a speech, y'all. This woman, in full makeup, $5,000 dress, holding a champagne flute like a Bond villain, says into the mic, every family has secrets. Some of them get exposed in the ugliest ways. But today isn't about the past. It's about love. Real love. Even if it's not the kind you thought you had growing up. And then she stared directly into a camera that was live streaming the event for people who couldn't come. I think she was trying to make it sound deep, but it just made everyone super uncomfortable. After that, I started getting messages from other relatives. My aunt from Texas called to ask if Caroline's real dad is someone she used to date. My dad's sister sent me a meme that just said "You are the drama" in glitter font. Grandma called to say I should have waited until the honeymoon to ruin lives, then followed up with, "But honestly, your mother had it coming." Then, finally, the day after the wedding, I got a call from my dad. Not gonna lie, I braced for impact. But instead, he just said, "I always knew, yep.eknew. For years." Said the math never made sense, Caroline didn't look like him, and your gut just knows. But mom denied it. Swore up and down she never cheated. Said he was crazy. He didn't want to destroy the family, so he let it go. I asked why he never told me. He said, because it wasn't your burden. And because I still love her like she's mine. Cue me sobbing into my lukewarm coffee like a Hallmark reject. So now Caroline knows, mom is in full PR damage control, and dad is quietly grieving the family he thought he had. Meanwhile, Rick, the real bio dad, messaged me after finding out what happened. Apparently, Amanda sent him the Reddit post. Again, Amanda is a menace. Rick wants to meet Caroline. I have no idea what to do with that information. Also, I'm now uninvited from Thanksgiving unless I apologize in writing, which, lol. Should I be feeling worse about this? Like, maybe I am the asshole. But I also feel like this was a rotting secret in the attic and I just turned the light on. Reddit, do I apologize? Or do I double down and bring the ancestry kit to Christmas too? Updates incoming. This family saga is a novella at this point. The dad talk and the Rick situation gets weirder, so I wasn't planning to post again so soon, but things are spiraling faster than Caroline's new therapist's hourly rate. Let's start with my dad. After our phone call, I went over to his place to talk. Just me and him. No mom, no Caroline, no cousin Amanda live tweeting it to her group chat. He looked tired. Like a guy who's been emotionally waterboarded by his own family for 3 decades. But he made coffee, of course. It was instant, and we sat in silence for a minute before he finally said, "I should have told you years ago. I didn't think it'd be you who lit the match." I asked him why he stayed married to my mom if he knew. He said something that will live rent-free in my soul forever, because she made a mistake, and I loved her more than I hated what she did. Men with feelings. Gets me every time. He said he never wanted Caroline to feel different. He raised her like his own. Paid for her school. Walked her through every breakup. Sat through her high school production of Les Mis 5 nights in a row. The works. He didn't want to take that from her, or from himself. But he also said that hearing her call him her guiding light at the rehearsal dinner felt like being stabbed with a butter knife. Dull. Repetitive. Painful. He said he's not mad at me, but he is mad at mom. And he doesn't know if he can stay married to someone who lied to him for 30 years. So yeah. Casual Tuesday night breakdown. Then there's Rick. Oh boy. Rick messaged Caroline. He waited a few days after the wedding chaos. Probably wise. His message was something like, "Hey Caroline, I know this is a lot. I never meant to disrupt your life. But I've always wondered. If you ever want to talk, I'm here, short." Respectful. But still yikes. Caroline screenshotted and sent it to me with a single word, WHY. I didn't reply. Because what do you even say? Surprise. Here's your bio, Dad. Hope you like unsolicited emotional trauma. Amanda thinks she'll respond. She's curious, even if she's furious. That's Caroline's whole brand. Meanwhile, Mom is pretending none of this is happening. She's posting Instagram stories like she's on a honeymoon, even though Caroline and her husband postponed theirs because of family emergency. Read me. She posted a picture of herself drinking wine with the caption, "Sometimes you have to sip through the storm." Ma'am, you are the storm. Anyway, Amanda and I got drinks last night, and she said something that hit hard. You didn't destroy your family. You just pulled the curtain back. Still, it's weird, I feel guilty. But also kind of relieved. Like, I've spent my whole life feeling like the backup daughter. The afterthought. The artsy one, the weird one, the not Caroline. And now I'm the one with the actual paternity confirmed. David, bless him, says we should move to New Zealand and raise goats. Tempting. So now the question is, do I reach out to Rick? Do I try to play peacemaker here? Or just let them figure it out? Also, my mom texted me last night asking if I'd consider deleting the post. Lol, Reddit, what would you do? Is it my job to fix this mess, or did I already do enough damage? Yes, there's more. Of course there is. Post for is coming. Caroline strikes back. Yes, with a lawyer I had a feeling this saga wasn't done, but I wasn't expecting legal threats before brunch. So buckle up. Caroline has officially entered her "I'll sue you" for existing era. It started with a very dramatic email. Subject line, cease and desist, yes. My sister sent me a cease and desist letter. Written by her new lawyer, who I'm 99% sure is either her husband's cousin or someone she found on TikTok. It basically says I need to stop publicly defaming her, remove all libelous content, aka my Reddit post, issue a written apology. Cease all contact. David read it and said, she spelled defamation wrong in paragraph 3. You're fine, but still. What kind of person serves their sibling a legal warning before their honeymoon? Oh, and here's the kicker, she's threatening to sue for emotional damages. Caroline, bestie, you were emotionally damaged before I outed your paternity. Naturally, I forwarded the letter to Amanda, who snorted so hard she choked on her LaCroix. Her response, so we're just suing people for facts now. Incredible. Meanwhile, my mom is pretending the whole thing is just a misunderstanding. She keeps saying, we're all hurting right now. Yeah, Mom. Some of us from trauma. Some of us from champagne to the face. But here's where it gets wild. I didn't realize how many people were watching this unfold until my post went viral on Facebook. Apparently, someone screenshotted the Reddit thread and it made its way to a popular family drama group. My former coworker texted me, wait. Is this about your sister's wedding with the doves? The doves, y'all. Anyway, Rick Biodad also saw the post. Again. Because people won't stop sharing it. He messaged me again, this time saying he's consulted a lawyer too. But not to sue. He wants to know his rights. If Caroline refuses to talk to him, is there anything he can do? I told him to back off for now. The girl just got fake married under false familial pretenses. Maybe give her a minute. My dad, the man who raised us, I will never stop clarifying that because I love him more each day, said he doesn't blame Rick. If I were him, I'd want to know too. He also told me, wait for it, that he is now thinking about divorce. Yup. 33 years, and my mom's lie might finally cost her the marriage. He said I stayed for the kids. But now I'm staying for what? To keep secrets. I honestly don't know what to say anymore. I started this mess because I wanted the truth. Now the truth is swallowing us whole. And Caroline. She posted a TikTok yesterday with the caption, when your sister ruins your wedding but you still slay. It was a slow-mo clip of her tossing her bouquet with Doja kept playing in the background. I hate how good she looks in it. So now what? I'm being threatened with legal action. My mom wants me to delete my blog post. Caroline's TikTokstans are calling me a hater. And my inbox is full of strangers telling me I did the right thing. For the record, I still haven't apologized. But now I'm wondering, should I? Not because I think I was wrong, but because I don't know how much more drama my dad can take. Or if I'm the one who finally snapped the string holding this dysfunctional circus together. Reddit, help, do I play nice now? Or do I lean in and bring the lawyer receipts to part 5? Yes, part 5 is coming, and trust me, it's somehow even messier. Apologies, ultimatums. And a surprise visit from Rick. Okay, I gave it a few days because my anxiety has been rollerblading across my brain, but here we go, strap in. Remember how Caroline threatened to sue me? That's apparently cooled off, not because she forgave me or anything, but because her lawyer, aka TikTok-esque, informed her that publicly available genetic information obtained with consent is not actually defamation. Shocker. So instead, she's pivoted to emotional warfare. Classic big sister move. She texted me. First time in almost 2 weeks. Her exact message: congratulations. You turned my wedding into a Reddit fanfic. Hope it was worth it. I sat with that one for a while. Almost responded. Did in single quotes T. Instead, I called my dad. And he said something that made my spine tingle. She's not mad you told the truth. She's mad you told it out loud. David, my walking sanity totem, also said, at this point, apologizing is like putting a band-aid on a forest fire. Still, I did send her a message. A real one. Here's what I said: I never wanted to hurt you. I just couldn't pretend anymore. I'm sorry it came out the way it did. But I'm not sorry for wanting the truth. She didn't reply. But she did remove the TikTok with the bouquet toss. Small victories. Then came the twist I did not expect. Rick showed up. Like in person. No warning. It was a Wednesday night. I was in sweatpants, watching Bake Off, and suddenly David's like, there's a guy at the door. Says he's your sister's maybe dad. I opened the door and there he was. Rick. In jeans and a Patagonia jacket, holding a manila envelope and a grocery store bouquet. First thing he says, I just want to talk. Not to Caroline. To you. I let him in. We sat at my kitchen table. He looked nervous. Not like about to explode a family nervous. More like about to ask a waiter to send the steak back nervous. He handed me the envelope. Inside, a letter he wrote to Caroline. And another 23N printout. This time from him. Guys, it's official. 99.9% parental match. Rick is definitely her father. The letter. It was really sweet. Not pushy. Just honest. He talked about how he never stopped thinking about her. How he respected my dad. How he didn't want to replace anyone. He just wanted her to know that if she ever wanted to talk, he was here. I offered to pass it along. He looked like he might cry. Before he left, he turned to me and said, I wish someone had done for me what you did. Told the truth, and then he left. The next morning, I dropped the letter off with Amanda. Caroline hasn't talked to me, but Amanda says she opened it. And cried. Like, full-on ugly cried into her dog. Apparently, she hasn't told her husband yet. She's scared he'll see her differently. For the record, he already knows. Amanda showed him the post because she is chaos incarnate. And here's the final kicker of this post. My mom called me. Not to yell. Not to guilt trip. To say she's moving out. She and Dad are taking space. She said, I spent 30 years building a lie because I was afraid of the truth. And you kicked the whole house down. Maybe I needed it, y'all. I almost cried. So here we are. The family is in shambles. Secrets are out. Lawyers are mostly off the table. And I'm starting to wonder, maybe this was never about being right. Maybe it was just about being done pretending. Post 6 incoming. The final chapter for now. Stay tuned. Closure sort of. Okay, Reddit. Final update. I promise. Unless someone else in my family turns out to be adopted, in which case, stay tuned. Here's how it all ends. Orwell settles. It's been a few weeks since Rick dropped off his letter and DNA results. Caroline hasn't spoken to me directly, but Amanda says she's read the letter a dozen times. Apparently, she's started therapy. Like real licensed, no crystals involved therapy. Last week, I got an email from her. No greeting. No emojis. Just this: I don't forgive you yet. But I get why you did it, honestly. I'll take it. Then came the surprise twist: she met with Rick. In person. Just the two of them. No Amanda, no cameras, no drama. She told Amanda that it was weird, emotional, and healing. She said she cried, he cried. They talked about everything: what he knew, what he didn't, why he stayed away. Apparently they're going to keep talking. No expectations. Just people trying to rebuild something broken. As for my parents, my mom is living with her sister for now. She and dad are doing couples therapy. He's not sure if he wants to stay married, but he said he owes it to the years to try. I respect that. We had dinner together last night, just dad and me. He made spaghetti, burned the garlic bread, and said, "This is the most peaceful the house has been in years." I laughed. And then cried. Because yeah, it's been a lot. David's still a saint and I are moving. Not far, just to a new place with less emotional baggage in the walls. He proposed again, unofficially, while we were unpacking boxes. "Can we do this without anyone spitting in a tube first?" "Yes, sir. We can." Amanda, by the way, has been contacted by 3 reality TV producers. She said no for now. But she's already renamed our group chat to DNA and DRMA, so AITA? I don't think so anymore. Maybe I was reckless. Maybe the timing was trash. But I told the truth. And the truth, even when it's a wrecking ball, is better than living in a house built on lies. Thanks for riding this roller coaster with me, Reddit. I started as the sister who ruined a wedding, and I'm ending as the one who cracked the code. Literally. TL, doctor, I exposed a family secret at my sister's wedding, got nearly sued, became Reddit famous, met her real dad, and somehow brought my family closer in the messiest way possible. Life, okay. Maybe I'll write a book. If you like these stories and videos, make sure to like, comment, and share so we can make some money from ad revenue and continue getting better and better with our publications. We strive to donate a portion of everything we make to charities that make a difference. Let us know if there is someone or thing you want to support. Thank you for staying until the end and enjoying the story.